both these cars have the exact same engine, a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 from Lamborghini. But they sound completely different. You know why? Because one has an exhaust from Gintani, and the other has stock. So how does changing just the exhaust make them sound so different? So when an engine runs, it's basically exploding thousands of times per minute. Each explosion pushes gases out of the cylinders and into the exhaust pipes. These pulses of gas also create sound waves, which is what we hear. The shape and size of the exhaust system, like the length and the diameter and the bends, they all affect how the car sounds at the end. If you design the exhaust so that the frequencies bounce back and line up at just the right time, you can amplify that deep growling sound or a high-pitched revving noise, just like the one Gintani did. For example, here's another Lamborghini Aventador, but this time it has an exhaust from Larini. Here's another Lamborghini Aventador, but this time it has a Gintani exhaust. Exact same engine, exact same car, just different exhausts. Now let's talk about the difference between equal and unequal length pipes. Equal length pipes mean that each exhaust pipe from each cylinder arrives at the collector at the same length, and unequal length mean the opposite. For unequal headers, they arrive at different times, which result in a choppy and deep rumbling noise. Think about the Subaru box engine. If you swap the pipes of a Subaru's engine to equal length headers, it would sound like a normal 4-cylinder. Now, the length of the headers aren't the only thing that affect how a car sounds. Cross-plane and flat-plane crankshafts are crucial to how a car sounds. Well, this is a Yamaha R1. It uses a cross-plane crankshaft, and it sounds like this. This is a Honda CB1000RRR, and it uses a flat plane crankshaft. It sounds like this. Well, they're both 1000cc inline-4 motorcycles, but they sound so different. Why? Now, a flat-pin crankshaft has its firing order right after another one. So one goes first, and then another one right after it. This results in a very smooth-sounding noise because it creates evenly spaced exhaust pulses. Now, a cross-pin crankshaft is a bit different. The firing pins are separated 90 degrees from each other And what that creates is an uneven rhythm. Sometimes there's a shorter gap between each pulse, and sometimes there's a longer gap. Even the type of material you use for your exhaust affect how it sounds. Well, every metal vibrates a little different when sound waves pass through it. Lighter metals, like titanium, vibrate at higher speeds and higher frequencies, so they create a sharper sound. Also, titanium exhausts are usually thinner, so they vibrate more and let more sound out. So it sounds louder and more raw. Well, heavier metals like steel absorb more of the vibration, so they dampen the sound and make it sound deeper and more muffled. So next time you hear two cars with the same engine but completely different car sounds, remember, it's not just how big the engine is, it's about the engineering behind every bend, the thickness, and the materials of the exhaust system. From the length of the pipes, to the type of crankshaft, and to the material used. These all affect how a car's engine sounds.